All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Carranza.
And my name is Adriana Mercado. So for our project, we picked three companies from South Korea. The first one was LG Display, which is a manufacturer and supplier for liquid crystal display. The second company is Korean Energy Power, which distributes energy to South Korean homes, and POSCO, which is the steel manufacturer. We spent $33,333 worth of stock for each company. In the beginning of the period, the LG Display stock was at 624 per stock, and then it increased to 654, which is a 4.8% increase. And then we have KEPCO, which originally started at 863, and it increased to 926, which was a 7.3% increase. And then POSCO, which was at 3895, and it increased to 52.6, which was a 35% increase. So before using any formulas, we did speculate the reason our stocks did so well are more related to the demand in products and services, considering the LG Display is associated with monitors and televisions. They were definitely being used around the pandemic for remote work and quarantine. During quarantine, KEPCO Energy is exhausted in South Korean homes. We're not really sure why POSCO did so well, but it can be assumed that it was utilized for construction during the pandemic. It also helps that they have a joint venture with US Steel. The reason our stocks performed well might be explained through their relationship with other stock market entities.
Through correlation, each entity is positively correlated with the three stocks, except when compared to the exchange rate from the Korean won to the United States dollar. Now, after doing the formulas, all the red over here, from you can see, it's all positively correlated, except right here, once we hit the negatives, and that's when I compare both, or actually all three country stock to the exchange rate for Korean won and USD. When it comes to showing any relationship through the graphs, the three company stock price changes are more volatile than the stocks they were being compared to. As you can see, a lot of movement, and the blue line right here is the entities like the SP 500 index and the Dow Jones index. There are instances where the country stock prices meet. For example, the returns are closely related in the beginning of the period for Korean stock market and SP 500 index. So yeah, there are times where it seems like they want to meet like here, but no, there's still a lot of volatile movement. Besides that, the changes where the movement is similar is when the country stock is compared to the respective industries ETFs. So here we're showing Van Eck SLX Steel ETF, and that's the stock market for the steel industry. And then there's POSCO, which is a steel manufacturer. So when related, there is a lot of movement that's very similar. Same for iShares Global Energy. When you compare that ETF to Korean Energy Power, it's pretty much the same towards the line until the end. Now, when using linear regression, when it comes to the Korean market, the changes in the stock prices are significantly related to changes in LG Display and Korean Energy Power, but not POSCO. We would assume this is because POSCO has a large percentage of exposure in North American and countries in Asia, so the Korean market index would not greatly affect the changes in POSCO. Overall, the results going forward, when doing linear regression, the only time POSCO stock changes were significant were when they were compared to the exchange rates. The only outcome from using linear regression, at least for POSCO, is that their stock price changes have little association with the other entities, and they require more variables if you want to see any association, at least through linear regression. LG Display, Korean Energy Power, and POSCO did very well during the period of September 4th, 2020 through November 12th, 2020. Our portfolio did better than the other countries on the list except for China. This could be because China is currently the world's largest economy, so it would make sense that they would be first place. But again, we do think the reason our country's stock increased was because of the services and goods they were providing during the pandemic. Thank you.